Morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you're in. So I'm back on the experiments again here. Right, you might recognise this from an earlier one that I did in the week that I still haven't got a title for, so apologies about that. Yeah, so I did what I explained I was going to do on the end of, I think it was video 7 or part 7. And I took a good photo of it, got it printed out onto, this is A3, it's decent size, just a little bit bigger than the original, about a fifth or a sixth bigger. And yeah, I'm going to work it, see what happens. So this is me working into a giclée print that I've embellished, taken a photo of, had a print done of it, and then working back. So I'm embellishing an already embellished print of a print. So it's getting quite interesting now. But this is what I mean about the sketchbook aspect of this project. So yeah, in a minute I'll get started on it. Usual scenario. You can see by the size of the squares on it, it's quite a bit, it's considerably bigger than the previous one. And yeah, it should, I'm hoping it does what the first print that I worked on. I think I just called it Current Project 2. Because I was really pleased with the drawing, and perhaps I should dig it out and excuse me. So you can see, there you go. So you can see the scale difference. So let's get started. Working at it from this side now, because well, I think you'll see more of the picture if I do it from this side. So I might get in the way a bit, hopefully not too much. And I'm going to go in, work out background elements, much like I did on the first one. As long as I've got a pen that works alright, eh? Yeah, so these squares were originally a centimetre by centimetre. I would say they're about 1.2, 1.3 centimetres on this one. where it gets interesting is around here, because now it's become an independent portrait, whereas on the original it's this is, and here where the next sequence in the portrait extension, I don't know what you call it, multi-perspectival image is here. So that's like the rear of Verity's head there from that side, and coming in, that's the jawline, same here. But obviously that's hairline in this image. But I don't want to entirely get myself wrapped up in making it about what hair is about. I like that interplay. My feeling is it drags the viewer into the image a lot more. That's why I like things like this. That's why you get things like that in my images. One of the most interesting things to think about as any kind of artist is, what is it you don't like, especially aesthetically, and why is that? For me, it's sort of one of those things. I remember, not that this happens anymore, because I don't think people buy albums anymore, but back when I was a student, I used to buy a lot of music albums, and yeah, it reminds me of music in a certain regard, that yeah, I need to think that one through. Hang on, I'm trying to sort the examples out in my head. I might have to come back to that. Yeah. You know how you can get an album and your initial listening to it, almost like a scan listen, because it's your first, and not denying for a minute that first impressions count on anything, they do. And you think you know what you like about it. And then the album gets a second listen and a third listen, and then you start picking favourites out of it, skipping tracks and only putting on certain tracks that you know you like because you know what you like. And then somebody else puts the album on 6 months later, maybe even someone that you've given a copy of it to, and obviously they've got different taste on it, and you begin to notice things about tracks that you thought you didn't like. A year after the album's come out, or sometime after, what you liked about it isn't the same at the beginning as it was at the end, or at that point. Rarely the case, is it? So why do you like subjective things and dislike other subjective things? What is going on there? Fair question, isn't it? I think it's a that much of a fair question that it provides a lot of inspiration for artists. I think we like novelty. That's what I think. I think we see novelty everywhere. No day's the same. People can get lost in stories that aren't real, as if they're real, knowing full well they're not real. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Not that it's anywhere near finished, but it's already developing into its own digital fragmentation. That's why I haven't got the original. I don't want, yeah, well, not the original, the embellished print that generated that. I haven't got that out to look at because I really don't want that influencing what I'm doing with this. Got to find its own measure. It's developing quite a fair bit quicker than the others, or its predecessor. But then there were a lot more portraits, there was a lot more detail to work out in it. yeah, I think that's gone quite well. It's going to need another video, that's or another part to it. So yeah, this is coming up on half an hour, and it's going to need at least another part, possibly a part after that. It probably won't be half an hour. But yeah, if you've watched through till now, thanks for doing that, much appreciated. Yeah, if you think it's worth a like and a subscribe, please do so. And hopefully I'll see you in part 2.